Hello friends, welcome back. This is Madan, and this video is the continuation of our previous demo on tracking database change notification using SignalR. And in previous demo we've been able to track the changes in our database table in this db change notification method. Now in this demo we are going to add a SignalR and display the data in our view and see if that works. So whenever someone changes data in the database table, if that views automatically updates or not. So I'm going to stop this debugging that we created we started in our last demo, and now we're going to add a SignalR in this project. So to add SignalR, what we need to do is we have to register that service in our startup class. So let's do services dot add SignalR, and then we need to use this SignalR in our configure method. So app dot use SignalR, and we need to pass the option here. So config equals to semicolon here, config dot map hub, and this is a generic parameter. We need to pass the name of the class, and then we will be passing the path for the SignalR server. So let's name it SignalR signal server. You can give any name you like here. Now we need to create a class here called SignalR signal server. The class name could be anything you want, SignalR signal server. And now let's create that class here, signal server.cs, but this class should inherit from hub. So there's a namespace of dbchange, and then we create a class, public class signal server, and let's inherit this from the hub, and this is in namespace microsoft.espnetcode.signalr. So this is it we need to do to configure SignalR. This is all we need to do. So let's save this and let's close this here. And in our employee repository, whenever the dbchange notification method is called due to the effect of data changes in our database table, we need to notify the client. So for that we are going to inject the hop context from SignalR in this class here. So that would be I hop context, and let's create a private variable, private field, and then bring in the namespace for this hop context as well. And we need to pass the name of the class which inherits from the hub. So that is SignalR we just created, signal server we just created before, signal server. And let's rename this to underscore for the private field. Let's save this, and then here we send the notification. We call the methods in the client using that hop context. So hop context dot clients dot all dot send, and we'll pass the name of the method that we'll be creating shortly in our client side using JavaScript. So what we can say is let's say refresh refresh employees. Now next step is we need to install the SignalR client-side JavaScript library. For that I'm going to use the npm. So let's open the terminal here, and do npm init and npm install @ASP.NET/SignalR. And our package has been downloaded to node modules, but we're gonna need to move that out of the node modules, since ASP.NET Core does not serve static files from the node modules, and it stops that only from inside the www root. So let's copy this from here copy copy, and then inside the www root, let's paste it here. Paste. I'm going to remove this @ from at the beginning of this folder, since this will create the problem while we link that in our app layout file. So now we need to link that in our layout file. So let's open this and layout.cshtml, and then we need to import that JavaScript here. I'm going to remove this environment tag here, since we don't need this for now. Environment tag, and let's import that SignalR script here. src equals /ASP.NET /SignalR ASP.NET SignalR dist dist /browser browser /signalr.js signalr.js. So we have included the JavaScript for SignalR here. So we can close this now, and let's go over to our home controller, and let's create another method here to return the list of the employees, and we will be calling that method using jQuery in the index view. So let's create another method here, public iActionResult get all employees. So let's say get employees employees, and we'll be returning OK result, and we'll pass repository dot get all employees. Let's save this, and from this index method we just return an empty view. Let's go over to the home index view, and let's remove this, we don't need this here, and then let's create a table class equal to table head ts, we have id th name of employee name, and we have employee age, and t body. We'll leave this t body empty and fill up the rows using JavaScript, and let's just give the id for this table body. Now let's open our site.js and initialize the SignalR connection from here, and we'll be using jQuery here. So jQuery document.query function let connection equal to new new signal dot hop connection builder dot with URL, and we need to pass our URL here. Our URL is /signal server dot we call build method on this, and we're gonna need to start the connection here, connection dot start, and after the connection has been established, we can catch the method, we can track the event that is generated by our SignalR from this employee register class. So the method name that the SignalR executes is refresh employee. So let's copy this, and what we can say is a connection dot on, and the name of the method refresh employees, and we are going to execute some kind of function here, and inside this function we write the code to load the data from database into our view. So let's save this, and let's create another method here, function load data, and we're going to use ajax here, and let's create an empty tr here, tr equal to empty, and then we will use jQuery dot ajax, and then we call the URL. Our URL for the data is get employees. Let's copy this, get employees, and then the method will be get, and let's annotate with the get attribute http get. Save this, and then we get the result. So success, we have a result. We will be executing some kind of function. In case if we get some kind of error, then we will be logging error on the console.log error. Now we get the collections of the employees in this result, and we are going to iterate through each individual items from the employee and create the table row dynamically. So what we can do is we can run jQuery dot each function on result, and we can use key and value goes to, and then let's create a row here. Tr equals tr plus, let's use the JavaScript backtick symbol here. We create a tr for each row, and then inside each tr we create a td slash td, and inside the td we will use b dot. For the first we have id, and in another td we have dollar slash td b dot name of the employee, and then td slash td we have dollar b dot age of the employee. So this create our table row dynamically and generate each row for individual employee, individual items in the collection that is coming back from our controller. So once we create the row, we are going to add that row to our table body, which we have defined here with the id table body. So we use jQuery id selector table body dot html equals, we pass out tr here, and then we call this data whenever the page loads for the first time. So we call load data function here, and then we also call this load function every time the SignalR calls this method, and SignalR calls this method whenever there is event generated from the data changes in the database table. So we call this method from here as well, load data. Now let's start up our project. .NET watch run. Let's refresh. Let's inspect if we get any errors here. So I guess I misspelled the name of the URL in Ajax call. So the get employees is inside our home controller, home slash get employees. So let's refresh, and we have got the data that we inserted in our previous demo. Now let's put this on one side and let's open the database here. Now let's select all the employees from the database table. Let's execute this query, execute. So we have this, and now let's change the name of the employee from Matt to Madan, and let's save this. And here you go, we see that changes in our view without doing any refresh. So this is a very nice feature to have, and we can use this in our project depending on different situations or our need. So let's try to insert another row here and see if that gets refreshed automatically into our view or not. So let's let's add this map with the age of 25. It's 25, and let's execute this query here. Execute, and here we go. And if we, what happens if we delete any row from our database table? Select, and then I'm gonna delete this here, edit, and then delete current row, and let's set this, and that's gone. So this is it for this now, friends. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.